I have lots of family in Chicago, so my adolescent years, it was house was big for me because I was there when it started, and it was introduced to me, and it was like the most amazing thing. So I always would go home. I would always do house, but it was for my own pleasure. I was like, oh, nobody's gonna get this.
Sure.
Nobody's gonna love it. You know, it's my own thing. And
is this what we're gonna hear now?
yeah, I played the first ever single from Yoruba, which was '99. This is called Native's Tongue, and this is, I guess it was probably the what I wanted to convey, which was African, an African sound with house.
Cool.
So that was kind of like, just beat driven and African chants. I used to do a lot of the clubs in New York, and a lot of the gay clubs and a lot of the straight clubs, and it was just such a difference of styles of music. And what I would actually do for the first releases was I would do a soul song and do a remix for it as a house version, and just release the house mixes. And then I would just put that version out, so that would be the only version people would know. And I think this is probably the first. This is the thing the song that broke the label, which is
Black Man, is it?
Closer I Get.
Yeah.
Closer I get, you are fine, and I can't get you off my mind. The closer I get, you are fine, and I can't get you off my mind. It's just amazing, what goes around and comes around. I always thought the love would never come my way. It's hard to tell you how it worked out for everything. Maybe it's simply to forget about my pain. Boy, we've come this far. No matter where you are, closer I get, you are fine.
So that put me on the map. Thanks to Body and Soul and The Shelter, they really supported this song. From there, I had arrived.
How many releases have you had so far on your label?
The label actually had 10 releases. That's including, it's actually 6 releases. 4 of them were remixes. Well, 3 of them were remixes, and the compilation was the 10th. And it was only short, so I figure in 2 years' time and 10 releases, I've been blessed. So I chose Soul Jazz as a vehicle for my first album instead of doing it on my own label. And everything kind of just came really naturally. Like Ratadoo, it was literally I met Wumi a few years before we did the thing, and we kept talking about getting together. She came to my house. I played her basically the album as it was then.
Just explain. Wumi's a girl who was won a dancer for Soul to Soul, who basically has been living in New York for about 10 years, and she basically does a lot of kind of African chanting and vocals on various people's work.
She came by, and I had a mic set up, and it happened that night.
Cool.
Yeah.
Have you got the album copy?
Yeah. This is a single, actual single, and I have the album. Yeah.
Cool.
And I think this was probably the introduction to a larger demographic of the world to my music.
that.